topic called as equilibrium. Now what it is exactly? It is nothing but simply it is a state of reaction. What it is? It is a state of chemical or physical reaction. Then what will happen in that state? In which concentration of reactant, concentration of product will remain same or constant. Then we say that the system attains equilibrium. Now do you think if the system is attaining equilibrium, there will not be reaction takes place? Are you able to understand my question? If there is equilibrium attained by the system, will there be no reaction takes place? It seems to be at macro level that there is no reaction takes place, but if you see at the micro level, there will be reaction takes place or there will be molecular change. Clear? So what is the important aspect of your equilibrium? It is nothing but called as a reversibility. What is that reversibility? It is always denoted with this arrow, double side arrow mark. It indicates the reversibility. Now what it exact indicates is nothing but your product coexist along with the reactant. So when you say about the reversibility, then definitely you have to perform the experiment in a closed system or in a closed container. Now if you change the same experiment in the open container or open system, what will happen? Now it will change to reversibility to irreversibility, where you are not able to establish the equilibrium condition. That is the important thing. Now what happens to the rate of reaction? If the rate of reaction, that is your forward reaction, will be equal to rate of backward reaction, then at that condition of equilibrium, it is called as dynamic equilibrium. So what you are getting the information? Equilibrium is not static in nature, rather it is dynamic in nature. Clear? Now coming to the important condition, what is the extent of reaction in equilibrium? The extent of reaction in equilibrium depends on three factors. What are those? Temperature, pressure and concentration. Okay, what are the three factors? Temperature, pressure, concentration. These are the three factors on which it depends upon the rate of reaction till you attain the equilibrium. Okay, are you getting the clear information about equilibrium? It is simply a state. What is that state? Concentration of reactant is equal to concentration of product, and the process must and should be reversible. And to perform the reversible reaction, you need to perform the experiment in a closed system or closed container. Clear? Now what are the types of equilibrium? There are physically two types of equilibrium. One is physical equilibrium, second is chemical equilibrium. Fine. Now what is the difference between this? In physical equilibrium, there will be the change in phase or in allotropic form. What is phase? You know, basically we are studying about three types of phase: solid, liquid and gas. For example, you can see your water. So it will be in the solid state, you can convert into water, liquid. Then even from liquid you can vaporize it. It will be called as your change from liquid to vapor, that is called as vaporization. Even directly from the solid you can change it to vapor. Okay, so there are different processes where you can change the phase. That is nothing but called as physical equilibrium. Another is allotropic form. What is that allotropic form? You know, carbon exists in different allotropic form, but basic content is carbon. May exist in the allotropic form like graphite or diamond. Similarly, you can say the allotropic form of oxygen. The same oxygen is present in the form of dioxygen O2 and in the form of ozone as O3. Another is nothing but phosphorus. You are finding your red phosphorus, white phosphorus, black phosphorus, that is in the different allotropic forms of phosphorus. These are nothing but called as physical equilibrium, in which there is the change in allotropic forms. Another is change in phase like your state: solid, liquid, gas. Clear? Now coming to second, chemical equilibrium, in which there will be the change in molecular level. That is nothing but your bonds will be broken and the bonds will be generated. That is nothing but your chemical equilibrium. There are two types of chemical equilibrium. What are they? The first one is homogeneous Second is heterogeneous equilibrium. Then what will happen in homogeneous equilibrium? In which all the reactants and products are in same phase or same state. Whereas in heterogeneous equilibrium, there will be different phase of the reactant and product, or even different phase of the reactant and different phase of the product. That is called as heterogeneous equilibrium. Fine, these are the classification. Now let us see one of the very important law, that is called as law of mass action. What is that law of mass action? It states simple. When you conduct an experiment, there will be rate of reaction. Am I right? Means how fast or how slow you are performing that experiment is going on. That is nothing but rate of reaction. So it is depending on certain factors. How much it is depending, the factors it is given by this law of mass action. So what it is? The rate of reaction, first, it is proportional to product of active mass of reactant. Clear? Now your thoughts will come to your mind. What is active mass? Active mass means the mass which is participating in the experiment. That is usually expressed as how much amount per volume, or now you are expressing it in terms of moles per liter. That is nothing but your active mass or molar mass, you say. So it is proportional to the product of active mass of a reactant, where your stoichiometric coefficient are taken as the power raised. What is stoichiometric coefficient? It is nothing but the coefficient which you are using in the integer forms. Like for example, here you are using 2, here you are using 3. This is nothing but called as stoichiometric coefficient. In chemistry they are using this word. Otherwise in maths you say simply coefficient. Clear? So the law of mass action, it states that the rate of reaction, it is directly proportional to the product of active mass of reactant, where your stoichiometric coefficients as taken as the power raised. So how much that stoichiometric coefficient is there, you have to take your reactant and you have to raise the power. Simply you see, for example, you are taking a reaction 2A plus B, that is a reversible reaction C plus 3D. Fine. Now what it is given? The rate of reaction. So you know rate of reaction means your reaction maybe it is reversible, so forward reaction, or rate of backward reaction. So what is your rate of forward reaction? It is nothing but your reactant. So what you will write? It is the product of active mass. What is the product of active mass of reactant? One is A, other is B. What is the power of A? A to the power 2. What is the power of B? B to the power 1. Clear? So now rate of forward reaction. The notation is RF. Now I am substituting with a constant. What it is? Kf. It is a rate of forward constant or rate constant. So Kf A to the power 2, B to the power 1. Similarly, what is the rate of backward reaction? Then that will be a proportional to C to the power 1, D to the power 3. Clear? So RB, that is rate of backward reaction, equal to Kb, that is a rate constant, equal to C to the power 1, D to the power 3. Now what is the condition of equilibrium? Under equilibrium, your rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of reverse reaction. So what I will write? This equal to this. When you write this equal to this, then definitely you will find this by this a ratio. That ratio is nothing but your Kf by Kb. So hence I am writing it as Ke equal to Kf by Kb. What is this Ke? It is nothing but your equilibrium constant. It is the ratio of forward rate constant by backward rate constant, Kf by Kb. Now if you just divide it, what you will find? It is D to the power 3, C to the power 1 by A to the power 2, B to the power 1. Clear? Very simple. Now the same let us see in terms of example. If the example is given N2, 3H2 is arrow mark is given 2NH3. Now they are asking you find the Ke. Then what you will do? It is nothing but Ke equal to what you are taking first? Your product. So product how much? NH3 to the power 2. Clear? Now divided by what you are taking? Reactant. Reactant is my N2 to the power 1. Another H2 to the power 3. That's all. This is nothing but called as your equilibrium constant. I hope you are getting the clarity. Very simple. What is the rate of reaction? That is proportional to the product of active mass of the reactant where your stoichiometric coefficients are taken as the power raised. How much coefficient? You just put it in terms of power. So simple. Okay students, take care. Bye bye.